everyone. So today I really felt like doing a portrait, and I've been thinking about this beautiful girl in Vietnam that we met in the Co Tu village up in the mountains. And she followed us around, and she was a little bit naughty, but she was just kind of irresistible. And I just thought she was so beautiful, and I wanted to do this sketch of her. Now, what I'm trying to do these days is experiment with lots of different mediums in my sketchbook, and try out different things that I am not used to trying out together. So I'm also trying to keep things simple, and because this is my last sketch of the day that I'm filming before I make dinner, what am I making? I'm making homemade tuna and asparagus pies tonight, which are really yummy. We have one of those pie makers, and they're just the best. You can make all kinds of things. I make spicy dal pies. I make sometimes some beef ones, sometimes some vegetarian ones. And then the tuna and asparagus is a favorite of Marco and I as well. So I'm just going to do the top part of her face and head and shoulders, and I'm going to keep it fairly loose and fairly quick. So I'm going to try and keep it to 20 minutes. I'll keep an eye on the time. And yeah, that's it. So I'm working first of all with a whole bean colored pencil in sepia. This is permanent, so the line will stay. Sometimes I'll do a portrait with a watercolor pencil, and then when I pull watercolors into it, the line just dissolves. But I've done that, but I've never done this. So this is what I'm going to do today. So I'm just going to mark in where I'm going to put different things. So if her head is going to be here, sometimes I'll just kind of stop and I'll look at how wide I've made something, where that means as far as where the rest of her fringe, etc., will be, kind of what the general shape of that head is there, so fringe would probably be about there. So sometimes I don't do the whole drawing first. I just kind of get some parts in to see whether I've got them in the right place, okay? And again, I'm not looking for a perfect likeness here. I'm just more experimenting with materials. But if it does look like her, I'll be happy. And if it doesn't, I'll be happy too. So that's already probably going a little bit too far over there. So you just kind of make changes as you realize, that something's not in the right place. Kind of hard to get someone looking down. It's not too far. So when you're practicing faces, what I want you to do, and I haven't drawn a face for quite a while, from an image, from a reference image, I want you to just take note as you're drawing where the features are in the right or the wrong places, okay? So don't get down on yourself, don't have a tantrum, don't throw it away, don't give up. Just keep going with it and just work on a portrait. But if it's not looking like the person, see if you can try and figure out why. So I'm still trying to figure out why it's so hard to make it look like someone is looking down, because she looks like she's looking over this way. And so in my mind, I'm saying to myself, you know what, that's something I have to practice. Maybe I just have to practice actual eyes on their own and try and figure out how to get them to look like they're looking down. But I'm not going to stress about it. I can see that there's a slightly different shape to the iris, so I can try that. That made it a little bit better, but it's still not right. I've made her look a bit older than she is. Her features, when children are young, their features are quite close together. Babies' features are all squished up in the middle of their face. So I haven't quite got the proportions right. It's all okay, you know. I'm taking note of those things, and I'm saying to myself, okay, what could I do to, you know, to kind of make it look more like her, and I'll probably have another go. So there's another thing, is like, don't just give up the first time you try a particular portrait and you want it to look like someone. Just keep on trying until you are happy with what you have done. So I see that her probably too much down there. So even just by bringing the features in a little bit, it actually makes her look more childlike. Okay, how far? When did I start? 5:30. Huh, supposed to have another 10 minutes to go. Let's see what I can do in 10 minutes. I keep it really loose. And I just add a little bit of watercolor in. I might capture a little bit of the essence of this beautiful girl. I actually want to try and do this one in gouache as well, so maybe I'll do that next time, and we'll see whether just by drawing her the second time could make the likeness better, because our brain becomes trained to see things. So when we actually draw something the first time, we're just trying to figure it out and see where all the things are and all the features are. And then when we draw it a second time and a third time, it becomes easier to kind of recognize the person. I've definitely got her nose too far, her eyes too far apart. So, and the nose is probably not quite in the right place, but I'm just going to go with it. And we'll see what happens. All right, this is a great little travel kit, watercolor travel kit that I purchased on Amazon. The brand is Meaden, I think it is. It wasn't expensive. There are 42 colors in it, and it's just so easy and so portable. You've got your little mixing tray here. You've got all your different colors that you just pull out. Ta-da, like this. And so I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm going to just pull in a little bit of kind of a turquoisey color with some dabs of yellow and magenta for her dress. So I might just start with the dabs of the yellow and magenta, and I'll just use a small round brush, and let's just go with this. Maybe a mixture of red and magenta, and we'll just pop some of these in. So remember, when you're looking at a pattern on a dress and you see that it's flowers, don't just try and paint flowers, because you can see that basically what we're painting is shapes, right? And the shapes are all quite varied depending on where the folds are in the dress. So it doesn't have to be exactly what you see, but just be aware that, you know, a pattern will not look regular, it will look irregular. Okay, I'll add a little bit of yellow in. Six minutes to go. A little bit of white with the yellow. In these lighter areas. And then I'm just going to pull some aqua, if I can find a nice aqua. Oh, there's one. Yay. In around the patterns, and I'm going to do it so that there is a little bit of white space in between, because there's also some white in this pattern. So I'm not going to do the hands because I don't have time. But I just want to give some impression there. Okay, now we decide what I can do to just give a little bit of a hint of the rest. Let's go to this. Oh, that's a green. I do not want green. What's this? Is this black? Yeah. Okay. The pencil that I've chosen is resisting just a little bit, so that's interesting. But if I put it on thickly enough, it goes over. But I kind of like the impression that it's giving as well. Okay, I'm just going to try very light wash. Let's just test. No, that's purple. Looking for brown here. Here we go. Let's just try this in the chair. And I think that will work. Got a little bit of a peachy color in there as well. More water. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this around with water. And then I think what I'll do, just to finish up, is to get a very fine tipped marker and just bring in the darkest darks here to just bring out some of those features again. All right. This is such a vulnerable place to be in when I'm doing these sketches for you, because I'm trying to keep to a time limit. And I'm just, really aware of, oh my God, like certain things that are and aren't working. I'm just gonna pop a little bit of, but I think there's value in you watching me and knowing that a professional artist that's been doing this for 20 something years, that, when I don't do a particular thing for a while, it's not easy, It takes a while to practice again. Or sometimes also, sometimes things work out quickly and other times things don't work out, and that's okay as well. So, take the pressure off yourself to have everything work out perfectly. This is just a Uniball Signo gel pen, and I love working with these in both white and black. Just get her little features back in there. These are great too because I can actually use it with the as a line, as I'm doing now, or I can take one of my brushes and I can wet the brush and I can actually move some of it around. So you can have some of it stay linear and some of it be moved around. Be aware that the gel pen won't work very well in wet areas, so you will struggle over, if you've just done the watercolor, you will struggle with the gel pen. But I'm just putting the darkest darks in. Just to re-establish those. And I have gone over my time limit, so I'm going to stop here. I'll just show you one thing. If you feel like you've perhaps, now that I've kind of moved her features around a little bit, and it feels like the hair is a little bit too big, I'll just show you quickly how you could rectify that. Okay, so if you just grab some, let's see. Just grab a background color, it could be any color, could be dark or light, and then just pull that in to re-establish where the hairline should actually be. Oops. You might have to do a couple of coats. Or you might like the effect. It actually looks pretty cool. And then what I probably would do once this is dry is just add in a little bit more sorry, I'm thinking and talking at the same time, trying to paint and talk at the same time, which doesn't always work. Once this is dry, I could add in some of these little strands just kind of coming out, so it's not the thickness that was there a moment ago. If I wanted, I could also bring some line work in to the other aspects. All of these are choices that you can make. But I think that will do me for now. I'm going to go cook some pies. And I hope that you've enjoyed this little foray into my sketchbook. This little exploration. Just go right down here. Okay. I'll have the reference pic down below as well in Patreon. If you are not over on my Patreon page yet, come on over and check it out. I do lots of tutorials and lots of inspiration prompts and things like that. And it's a beautiful, intimate community. And I love it over there. So I have 3 different levels there. Come on over and check them all out, and hope to see you there. Okay, bye for now.